The red button. Now
Right up here.
Oh,
Okay, white till.
It's not as much.
how long? Like, yeah, but.
Yes.
These are not your puppies. They're not yours.
Yes. What? What? Yeah. Yeah. Good. Oh, oh, precious. Your picture. Yes, beautiful. Huh? Yeah. Ah. Oh. What?
No, you go in there just long enough to mess up the bedding.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or they're not yours, Mary. There.
Yeah.
Put the tail away.
Next time we see. Oh, yes, yeah, yeah. Oh, you got it. Yeah, you got your little tail wag already. Yeah. You're going the wrong way. Come on over this way. Come on, babies. Come here. Come here. Come here.
How big's this motorhome you guys get? Huge?
38 feet.
Yeah. Big as
With
we wanted.
3 slides on it.
Yes. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. Yeah.
First furnace is here, extremely hot when it's on, so be careful of that. It's automatic light from the inside. You're just going to flip a switch is all you're going to do for it. Fuel fill on this side, you also have one on the other side. Storage compartment here with your ladder extension for the back. You got 110 phone hookup and cable hookup for outside use. So you can have a TV or phone or anything you want out here. One compartment goes over, has a little fishnet back there to keep smaller stuff in. One motor you see here is for your kitchen slide. Runs in and out, all your slides run in and out off of 12-volt power. You don't have to be plugged in for it. On here, there's a small little lever on the back of the motor. A little flat bar, there my finger is. Okay. That's your motor brake. For any reason, if the rooms don't come in, each one of these rooms have their own separate motor, has the same lever on it. You'll release that, and then at the end of the track is a nut. You'll put a ratchet on, and you'll ratchet the room in by hand.
At the end of where?
Right at the end of the rod.
Oh, right there.
Right.
And how, okay, where's that lever go? How do you do it?
This one here, you just pull on it.
Just pull down?
Pull down to release, and then you'll just ratchet the room in. All 3 slides work the same way.
Where's zoom and
And this is just storage.
oh, in the top.
It slides.
Ah, okay.
This is just storage in this.
Okay.
All your storage lights go on with one switch. You'll turn them on and off, so you don't have to worry about having one light left on or
Where's
anything
that?
like that. It's inside. This here is a storage compartment. Also has your propane tank. Your tank is actually mounted back behind that wall there. The little cap there will come off so you can get at the main valve itself if need be. But you really don't have to get back at the tank unless it's going to be worked on. Everything can be done from up here.
Bill's right here.
Right, your fill, bleed off when they do it, and your on and off switch is right here. So when they do that, it turns all your propane off. Now it's all on.
Now you can run the furnace or whatever.
Right. Right, they have to have some way of filling it.
Is there a gauge on that, or?
There is one on the tank itself, and there's also one inside. Now on these 2 doors here, make sure they're closed. This is your slide. You don't want them open when you run your rooms in or out. They could scratch and tear the doors. This is your battery compartment. 2 black batteries are strictly for your engine. The 4 gray batteries are for your couch. 4 batteries because you have an inverter. It converts 12 volt to 110. You need to check the water level in these 4 batteries at least once a month. Keep the water level up on them, keep the terminals clean. Your inverter's here. When you turn it on and off inside, if you turn it on, it'll invert 12 volt to 110 for 110 power. When it's off, it's pretty much a battery charger. The inverter has to be off in order for it to charge up the batteries fully.
So that charges up these batteries?
Yes.
Not the okay.
These batteries get charged actually 3 ways.
Okay.
Plugged in, generator running, or when the alternator runs.
Okay.
Okay. The engine batteries don't get charged when the engine runs.
Right.
But this is your battery charger though. When you're plugged in, this is charging those batteries. It cannot charge the batteries if it's on the inverter. It has to be
Okay,
off.
if you're plugged in, you wouldn't need the inverter anyway.
Right.
Right. And it doesn't matter whether it's on off in there or on off out here.
There's no on and off out here. It's all done from the
Strictly
inside.
inside.
Right.
Circuit breakers. Okay.
Right. 110 circuit breakers. Has its own circuit breakers here. Also has 12-volt fuse right here that'll pop out. You can just push it back into the set. That's about it for this area here. It gets kind of warm when it's running. Try not to cover it with anything or surround it with anything. There is some storage back here, but try to leave that open so it breathes. Those are your battery disconnect switches. Those are pretty much a positive. You got one for the engine, one for the coach.
Oh, okay.
Long time storage.
Battery disconnect. Yep.
Right. Battery disconnect, long time storage. Any questions then? Radiator overflow here. Block heater here. We'll plug in right here, and then you plug your coach in, or you can just run a cord to this and plug it in.
Okay.
From outside. Oil dipstick, oil fill, diagnostic plug for the engine, air cleaner gauge. Pretty much it about back here.
Air cleaner gauge. Okay. When it's dirty, what happens?
There's a red mark that'll run down, and it says right here when it hits that red mark hits into this yellow indicator, time to change.
Okay.
That's air cleaner for carbon for the
You're right, for the
for the air intake.
Yeah, they're a large filter. You don't change them as often as you. More expensive. You just change them when it says so. Down here, this will lift up and get it at your square plug, and then your class 3 hitch, and then your square plug for your lights.
Okay, they're supposed to have an adapter for that to go to 4 flat.
4 flat 4. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Take the three nuts off, and we'll slide right out, and you just slide your new one in, and put the 3 new nuts back on.
Okay. Is that intended for air conditioner?
Yes. This here is your water compartment. I'm sorry, electrical compartment.
Oh, wait a minute.
Amp cord, it'll unplug, make it a little easier to roll up and then put it back in if it's cold. You do have your automatic transfer switch. It's for the generator. When you fire up the generator, it'll allow the generator to run for about 1 to 2 minutes before it actually transfers over power to the generator. It disconnects the shoreline and goes directly to the generator, so you can't run both at the same time. Other than that, you have your phone and cable hook up here. That's from the campground into here. That'll supply your unit.
Okay. What's the that stays open?
That's open for the cord. Normally the cord will go down and out.
Right. Okay.
We leave them on the outside so it's easier for the driver to see that he's plugged in, so he doesn't drive away with it.
Yeah. Okay.
Second furnace is here, again, extremely hot when it's on. Automatic light from the inside. Not too much you have to do. These 2 doors are adjusted so they stay down. Again, your second slide.
Right. Now,
This one here, this one here is just storage. This one here is your water compartment. Start right at this end. This is your city water hookup. It'll run from the campground through a hose into here. It has a water regulator already on it. With the arms straight up, the way you see it here, is your normal local supply. Direct pressure inside your unit. All you gotta do is open, close your faucet. Pull it down, and you're gonna fill your freshwater tank for onboard water.
I was wondering how that's.
And then once it's filled, you watch the monitor inside, or it has an overflow that'll shoot out underneath the vehicle. Lift it back up to turn it off. You always leave it in this position, whether you're on city water or water pump. You only pull it down when you're filling.
Okay.
The next is just to get water out of your unit if you need. If you're hooked up to city line, or if you turn the water pump on, you can put a hose under here and get water outside the unit. This one here is your no flush for your toilet. Pretty much it's a small valve about that long with pinholes in it. When you add water through to here, it sprays into the toilet tank to flush it out.
Into the toilet tank.
Right into the toilet tank. It's a direct line into the toilet tank.
Oh.
Shouldn't say a direct line. It does have a valve. This line actually goes up underneath the kitchen, bathroom sink, through a check valve, and then back down into the tank, so no water can back up from the toilet tank.
So if you turn the water on with that, you better have something in there, right?
You want to keep an eye on it, yes. You could fill the tank up pretty quick with it.
That's the toilet bowl itself you're talking about?
No, the tank itself, the holding tank.
Oh, the
itself.
holding tank.
Yeah, the holding tank itself. The great tank that's up.
Oh, okay, so you can flush it out real good.
Right,
All right, I
right,
see.
right.
Okay.
The tank, not the bowl, the tank.
Right, that's black water?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, strictly toilet.
Okay.
All right. And you can do that while you're out here. When you go to dump, you can have a hose hooked down to here and turn it on. Any water you get back out of here is clean water. It's a check valve. It won't allow toilets back up.
Okay.
Water pump is here. You got your drain lines, hot, cold, and then tank drain. There. Your small valve is your gray water. Large valve is your black water or toilet. I always pull the large one first, then the small. And then your back seat heat, or it's an electric heating area, electric heating element for this area of the compartment for extreme cold weather. Other than that, it's thermostatic controlled. You turn it on and off inside.
What temperature do you really need to have that at?
It's temperature. If it's gonna be freezing, you just turn it on. It's temperature set, so it only come on at a certain temperature.
Okay.
Okay, so you can
and
actually,
turn it on off? Just a switch?
well, you can turn that one on here, but it's actually activated inside.
Oh, okay.
Okay, once you set it out here, you really just turn it on and off inside.
Okay.
This compartment here, is the only one that the light comes on and off automatically. The rest of them, you can turn them on here and turn them off. It's a three-way switch and turn it off inside.
I see.
Then you have your openings that where all the lines and so forth will drain out of.
All right.
And again, just storage.
And the pass-through. Now, all these have lights in them?
Yes. They're all up on the ceiling. They're small little round or oval lights.
Oh, yeah? Where?
Make it a little easier if you turn them on.
Oh,
Oh, okay. I see.
that's good.
It's probably
So that switch has to be on to use the lights.
And then this compartment here, windshield washer fluid,
Okay.
relays and fuses for the chassis. Behind this panel, take the 3 wing nuts off. This chassis, fuses, and relays, relays for the chassis and for the coach are both in here. There's a sticker on the door that tells you what each one does.
They go out very often?
Not really. It depends. I mean, every once in a while you'll.
Oh, we should have an assortment. on
Yeah,
them.
it should have an assortment. They're regular automotive 12-volt fuses. You get
the
those.
pin type?
Yeah,
Okay.
the larger flat
Yeah.
pin type. So you can get them anywhere. But yeah, if something doesn't work inside on 12-volt, there's fuses inside the check. If you check those, then check out here. It's normally double fused.
Okay.
Air, you get air out of your unit. You put an air truck on there while the vehicle's running, you can get air out of it.
You mean for
What do you get
running
in?
air equipment?
What's that?
What do you mean for?
You can use it for filling tires or balloons or
Okay.
stuff like that. I don't know how well it'll use for like an impact or anything
That's
like
one,
that.
yeah,
But
but
yeah,
for, like for filling tires and stuff.
yeah, maybe
Need
a small
hose
drill
and
or something,
A
right?
chuck and
Yeah, fill
Or a
them up.
bike tire, you're saying, or
Yeah.
something
You know,
like
something
that?
light. I mean,
Oh.
it'll fill the tire up to a certain poundage. You probably won't get the max out of it because I think these are 120 pounds.
it's 120 pounds for these tires?
I think so. No, these are 150.
Okay. Then you run them at 100, you keep them at 115?
Normally a couple pounds under.
Okay. Well, you get built up from
Right.
your highway anyway.
But you know, I mean, they'll probably be able to get it up to at least 90 pounds for you to get you going. You know, take you a while though.
Yeah.
Generator exhaust is here. Make sure all your doors and windows are closed while the generator's running. Generator's up in front. Water cooled. You want to check the water level in it.
Doesn't it slide out?
No.
Oh, okay. Some of them do.
Yeah,
Okay.
tumble in it, and you can do that by looking in here to see the different colors.
Okay.
And then you got an oil
Now,
dipstick.
That's antifreeze? Then?
Right, antifreeze, yes.
50-50?
Yes.
And is there a level? Is there a stick on it or not?
On the antifreeze, you can kind of see the different
Oh,
colors.
minimum?
Yeah,
Okay, I see.
Minimum max.
Minimum max. Okay,
Right.
good. Okay.
And then the oil's got your dipstick on
Right.
it for themselves.
Okay.
It's a diesel generator, runs off the same tank as your unit, runs out at a quarter of a tank of fuel, so you want to keep it above that. Try not to run it out. They're not too bad to restart if you
Oh,
if you
these run out at a quarter.
Yeah, this one
quarter
runs
tank.
out
That
at
way
a
you
quarter
got,
of a tank.
You got
Gives you a quarter tank to get to the fuel station.
where you got to go to.
Right.
I see.
Diesel generator. Did you have a gas generator at all?
No. Nothing.
Just hold it.
Same way inside, right?
Just want to hang on to it. It's kind of hard to see, but there was a red light that was flashing, preheating, and then start. Usually takes about a minute or two before that starts.
That's pretty quiet.
Yeah, that's the nice thing about these. They're all encased. Everything's done from underneath though. Little door to drop down. You get the oil filter and the oil drain right from underneath the vehicle. So you really don't have to do
What is that for? That's a generator?
Generator. AC for while you're on the road.
I see. Oh, okay.
Wilderness, whatever.
Right.
All right, that'll allow you to run your air conditioners, microwave while you're traveling down the road. Right.
Oh, okay.
Gotta
Cool.
For your electric step on, as you open and close the door, the step's going to go in and out. Off. Depending on when you turn it off, it'll either keep it in or keep it out. Always look for it before you go out. May not be there though. Okay, so always look for it. Porch light is your outside porch light on the side. This is your storage lights.
Okay.
Three-way switch. And then this is your battery disconnect. What that does, it turns off your battery power for the inside of the coach, like your lighting and so forth.
Okay, so down is off, up is on.
Right.
Okay.
This is your passenger. Right. Made for that. Passenger can operate their own. The driver can operate either one.
Right.
Ceiling lights. Now your lights on. Overhead lights are here underneath the cabinet, and then you have your heating and AC control for the front half of the unit.
Oh.
Your furnaces are separated. The air conditioners are ducted to the same ductwork, so you're going to get cold air front to back no matter which air you have on, but you have to have both furnaces on to heat the whole coach. Pretty easy to operate once you learn one
so
control.
I can keep the front coach warm and the back of it cool, if you want.
Right.
Oh, that's good for sleeping. Yes. Okay.
Okay, if you leave this in the off position, but turn the fan switch on, it's your air conditioner fan only, circulating air. So those are shuttleable and turnable. The direct vent is open, so you may not be getting any of it there. I'll show you that as we get to it. It's a direct vent that comes down.
There's one coming out.
But if it's fan, put it on auto, cool, lower temperatures. Now the compressor kick in, give you your air conditioner. The air conditioner does have a low and high speed setting for that. The air conditioner has 2 speeds on it, the furnace only has 1. And then off auto is off. Furnace, higher temperatures for the furnace, 12 volt propane furnace mounted on the floor. Automatic light for that. Propane on, 12 volt power, and you'll have your furnace. Then it'll heat up, turn off like a normal house force there. Then off, auto, you're all set.
Okay, off, it'll just shut off and it'll be off.
Right. The furnace always runs 30 seconds before it actually ignites, and when you turn it off, it always runs a minute or two.
Runs the fan, cools the bottom down.
Your one furnace is behind here, or underneath here, so there's really no storage. You do get a drawer out of it, though.
So that's got to stay there.
That's got to stay there.
Okay. This is just all storage up through here. Ah, rod for the awning. I was wondering where that was.
Day and night shade? Did you have day and
Yeah,
night
I
shades before?
kind of played with those.
No bottom.
And then your windows all open, and your screens will also slide. So if somebody's on that side, you can hand something out through the window. You don't have to walk all the way around.
Now the day-night shades, are they? You can't see through the night
Well,
shades.
the day
though.
shade, you can see out and people
Right.
kind of see in, but the night shade you cannot see in or out.
Okay, and that light blocks light as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you can't even see shadows.
Okay.
Now your first slide is here. It's in. Everything is fully functionable with the room in or out. You don't have to have it out in order to use it. Make sure they don't have any locks. Actually, I can.
Where are the locks?
Just long poles.
Is this for the locks, you mean?
Yeah, so I can just show you how they go in.
Oh, so they're not even here.
No, they're not in there. Run the rooms in and out. Will not work with the keys on. If you have the ignition turned on, slides won't work. You can't operate 2 slides at the same time, only one or the other. Kitchen slide, watch yourself. Oh, I see somebody out there working.
Daniel. Daniel. Drain the hot water tank?
I'm not going to use it for more than a couple days, I would say so.
Oh, really?
Yeah, water will go bad.
Oh.
Yeah, the hot water tank, it's going to be automatic from the inside. The drain plug is here, just drains out of the bottom. Really, that's all you have to do outside. Is just drain them either before you winterize it, or if you're camping one weekend but you're not going to go camping for 2 weeks, I'd drain it.
Yeah. Matter of blowing a plug,
Right.
open the valve, gets some air, or
That's it.
goes through.
Just drain it out from there.
I see.
If you get into well water and it stinks, you want to flush the system out, that's one way also.
Okay.
Okay.
How do you know when they're out all the way?
You'll see it bump up and you'll hear it.
Kind of just
Right. Out you go. And then this one, you always want to make sure that your chair's far enough forward. No lock.
Now, do they have to have that lock on for traveling? No, I didn't think so.
They come to us without that lock in there. When they first came out with slides, yeah, you had to have the lock in there. The new ones, no, it's a positive lock motor. I mean, you couldn't get the room out unless you released that motor. We never put them in, and they don't come in. That's it. And both of these rooms are jacks down because you put, leave indentations in their blacktop. So if you run the rooms out, it's going to make your unit tilt a little bit one way or the other because of the weight. This one probably not too bad because you got one slider on either side, so it'll probably keep you pretty level. But you could run one or the other, have them both in, or all three in, I should say,
Right.
or all three out. You don't have to operate them if you don't need to.
Right.
Let's see, refrigerator. If I get too far.
All right. Okay. This is yours.
The refrigerator.
Freezer on top. Double door freezer with an ice maker, and then you have your refrigerator on the bottom. And it doesn't matter which door you open either. All the instructions are here, so you can read it over. Pretty easy to operate though.
They got manuals on everything?
Yeah, you'll get a big,
Okay.
actually I think 2 big books of them. This one here is, you just turn it on. It'll tell you what it's doing. AU for automatic. It's on AC because it senses that it has 110 power. It'll do that for a few seconds, then only the green light will be on, telling you that it's on. Okay, so it's on automatic and it's running on 110 because it senses it has 110. When you unplug, it will automatically switch over to gas, automatic light.
Propane.
Right, propane.
Right.
Your temperature is 1 to 9, 9 being the coldest, it's on 4 now. You just hold the temperature button down till you get at the desired temperature that you need. Normally, I say the 9 the day before, drop it about halfway, and then you're going to adjust it to your liking.
Right.
And then once you get to that temperature you like, it'll always be the same one on there. Your mode button can be switched from auto, where it switches back and forth, to strictly AC, where it won't switch back and forth, strictly LP, where it won't switch back and forth, and then back to auto.
Okay. And
Okay.
All right. And then if you want to hold it, then I'll turn it off.
How does the ice maker fill up?
Ice maker is automatically plumbed in line, so if you have your city water hookup or your water pump left on, it'll automatically replenish as it works. Do you have an ice maker at home?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it works. Going to be working the same way there, up, off, down, on. But there's 3 things you got to do for this one. One, freezer has to be at a certain temperature before it even works, and that's normally 24 hours of running. Has to have 110 power.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Either plugged in, generator, or the inverter left on. 3, has to have constant water pressure. Water pump left on or hooked up to city water. If you're missing any one of those 3, it's not going to work right.
Uh-huh.
So I always mention, when you're at home, it's parked outside your house, you have water and power to it, drop the lever down, make your ice. When you go to travel, turn it off. When you get back to the campground or wherever you're staying, drop it back down once you plug into 110. Seems to work pretty good that way. People have tried them on all the time and get one or 2 ice cubes, or it doesn't work, or it's a bucket of water. You know, so it seems because you have to have all 3, and a lot of times if you're not running 110 power, it's not going to make any ice for you. You know, or it only do whatever in the tray, and then it won't recycle. So those 3 things you have to have for that.
Okay.
Microwave, convection oven. Oop. Books are here. On that. Up on the cover here. Make sure you read them over. Microwave, you're on your own with it. There's too many different models out there. You'll have to read your book because this is a microwave and convection, so there's a couple different things you can do with it. I do know, let me clear it, does have a turntable off, so if you have a long dish in there, it won't spin around underneath. You can turn that back on. You can have your fan high and low, and it gives you a light. Other than that, it's got a 1-minute plus button, same as the one I have at home. I hit it once, gives me 1 minute. I hit it twice, gives me 2 minutes. The one button I use.
Yeah.
Everything else you kind of on your own. But I will tell you, that'll drive you up the wall about 5 minutes down the road. So just so you know, if you hear something rattling, it's probably going to be
That's
those
what it
things.
is.
These here, it's a 3-burner stove. Turn it on. Use your igniter. Usually they don't light that quick.
Oh, that's just strictly igniter.
Yeah.
Okay. Piece
Set
of
up
later.
All right. Instead of pushing the button, you're just twisting it clockwise. If it ever goes, you just light it with a match. So you got this. You kind of lift up a little bit before you pull it towards you. And this is not a cooking service.
Right.
But you can cut. And
Yes. Yes.
you
it's
can
the
cut
sa-
on any of those?
Yes. This is the same as the countertop here. You can, if you wanted to use it as a cutting board, you can.
I mean, is that
this
Corian?
Yeah. It's a Corian wannabe.
Oh,
Corian
Okay.
wannabe.
Okay. It
So I
has
was
the
wondering.
same properties as Corian, where if you scratched it, you could sand it right down because it's the same color. So if you nicked it, you can have it re-edged or whatever you need because the color goes all the way through it. But it doesn't. It's not as expensive as Corian.
It's best to have a cutting board.
Yes. that's
Well,
the-
yeah, I always use that anyway.
But I mean, if you're, if you happen to cut something on there, it is a countertop. Just a regular drawer that comes out with storage. And then light, 110 power, light switches in there. This little counter flips up and locks in.
Right.
And then another little hidden drawer that pulls out. LP detector on the floor for propane. That's hardwired directly into the batteries. So that's
Detector.
Yeah, propane detector for LP leaks.
Oh,
So if you're bumped the stove on or something like that, that's what this one is. It's for your LP leak.
what'll it do?
The little green light will go red and make an annoying noise like a smoke detector.
Oh, okay.
Other things set it off also. Perfume set it off, hairspray set it off. If you clean the floor with anything with heavy perfume, will also set it off. If you leave the door open and a car was running outside, we'll also set it off. So if it goes off, the best thing to do is to stand up, because propane's heavier than air, open up all your doors and windows, air the unit out, then find out why it went off. It may not have a propane leak. What you're drawing and what you want to use. This here is an indicator of what you're using, how many amps you're using. Okay. As you turn things on and off, this amp meter will go up and down, and that's kind of determining what you're plugged into. If you're plugged into 50 amp service or having the generator run, doesn't matter what you run in this coach, you can run everything off of it. You plug it into your house, which is only a 20 amp service, you're going to watch the amp meter to see what's running and what else you can turn on or what you have to turn off in order to do it. It's the same thing with a 30 amp service. You only allowed like one air conditioner plus the rest of the unit, or 2 air conditioners without the rest of the unit.
What's the select button for?
That, so you can pick if it's a 20, 30.
Oh, okay.
So it won't even allow you to go up to 50 because you're not even. It'll sense what it's plugged into.
If you're plugged in 50, it automatically do it.
Right. Once you hit the generator, it'll go right up to the generator.
Okay, so I can plug in, like if I'm in a campground with only 30 amp service, you can just plug in.
Right. You can use an adapter to plug into a 30 amp service, and then it's telling you right now I'm only using 5 amps of that. I can turn pretty much whatever I want on. Now if I turn the water heater on, I jump that right up to 15
Right,
amps.
sucks down a lot.
Right. That's your electric 110 water heater. Same tank, just dual operation. This is your electric. So now if I turn an air conditioner on, that's going to jump up even more and so forth. So you want to watch it so you don't blow out.
So your water heater's propane also, right?
Yes, that's what this is. Yeah. It goes on. The little light here go on.
Or it's not propane, it's 12
No,
volt?
it's propane.
Okay. I hear it running.
Okay. Yeah, this goes on and off, but this light stays
It's
on.
empty.
Right, to let you know. I can run it for a few seconds.
Yeah.
I know it should say LP heater,
Yeah,
but it's 12 volt because of the igniter. This is the 110 heating element.
I see.
I know it throws everybody off. Should be LP there. But that's how you can do it. You can turn your 110 off, turn your propane on, and then use something else if you need to. Water pump draws water from your freshwater tank, supplies all your unit while you're traveling. Your tanks tells you LP, fresh, holding in gray, and they read up as they go up.
Okay, LP fresh holding, okay. So they're,
Everything's empty except for LP. LP is 1/3, 2/3 full.
oh,
Fresh
okay.
is all empty.
I see.
So they go directly.
Goes that way, okay.
Right.
Okay.
This is your battery indicator for house batteries, and then chassis. Chassis is your engine, house battery
Right.
is your coach. These are your 2 slides in or out.
Mm-hmm.
And then this here is your heat system down in the bottom compartment. That's a little square. Okay.
Right.
I turned it on, but it's thermostat controlled. When the thermostat turns it on, this light will come on.
Okay.
Okay, to let you know that it was cold enough for me to activate. Other than that, just leave it off.
Yeah.
This here is your inverter control. This is what this is where you're gonna turn it on and off at, is through this button here. Turn it on, you're gonna start inverting power. Off, just a regular charger.
Okay.
Now this is for your charge. You can reset it.
Oh, it tells battery state? Is that what that just did?
Right, and then you get this. That's set up. Give it a second and it'll catch up, and then it'll set itself to
This is house batteries.
right. This is a house battery. Okay. Hit the charge and hit set up, and it's going to set itself up to make sure the battery's charged. Right now it's going to put out 14.5 volts, but it's got 25 amps, and it's saying it's about halfway
About
there.
half.
About halfway there.
So I'll charge up on the way home.
Right. Or well, it's sitting here still. You got paperwork to do. You already did paperwork.
No, I still got paperwork to do.
Okay.
Plus I gotta mount the boat on the top.
Right. So that's kind of your charge. So normally once you set it, you really don't have to do it again. If you lose, like the batteries go dead because you're camping long enough, you might have to reset it again from there. But if you have the inverter on, it's not going to be able to charge and invert at the same time, so your batteries will never charge up.
Right.
If your batteries are low or not charged, you have problems with the entire unit.
So right now the inverter is
Off.
that's off. On. Okay. And these just normally stay on then? Or?
Right.
Okay.
And then this is your
Oops.
indicator also here. You can tell it what kind of amperage you have coming in. And this one here you got to pick yourself. So if say you're at your house, let me get it down, and you're on 15, you can put it there, and you can turn your inverter on, and it'll help run certain things in the unit. Normally you pick which one you're on at this one. And it'll
Okay.
kind of regulate itself to what kind of amperage you got coming in. And then this is just right washer and dryer area. In here, all these are adjustable shelves. You have plumbing and 110 back there if needed. Second furnace is located underneath here. Your bedroom slide is here against the wall.
Yep, I guess you can sit there.
You can sit in there.
Ah, right.
You're just pushing the button. Same thing with all the slides. If you let go, it'll stop,
Yeah.
and you can reverse the travel and bring it in if need be.
It's first thing. New mattress.
Actually, doesn't this have a pretty good mattress on it?
No,
Terrible.
that one's pretty bad.
Now, with all slides, you lose something anytime it's in. With the kitchen slide, you lose those two cupboards once it's in.
Right.
This one, you lose those three,
Oh, once
and
it's
anything in the
yeah.
front when it's in. Those three you gotta watch after you're done traveling that they didn't open a little bit. If it opens, again, they'll just tear them right off the wall.
Oh, the doors?
The
Yeah.
doors and the cabinets,
And the
right?
doors? Yeah.
Right. You just want to look and see those first
Make sure
before
they're
you,
closed.
right before you run them out. This has your bedroom lights, and this turns off your living room lights. There, so you can have them on when you go to bed, and then turn them
Oh,
off.
three-way switch.
And then, right, three-way switch on that.
And there's a TV right in here too. Yeah.
Yes, TV right in there, and that's all done from up front, so you can watch whatever you want from up front back here also.
Oh, I see.
Okay, so you can have cable, antenna, or VCR pump back here.
Oh, I was gonna say, so the VCR, even though it's up there, can be
Right.
oh,
Can be
it
shown
can be
back
viewed
here.
on. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
so you can watch two different things at the same time.
Yeah, we're having a satellite dish put on it too.
I see.
Your lights all have switches on them, so you can have one or two lights on. A lot of them are wall activated. So if you flick a wall switch and it don't work, look for a light switch. If you flick a light switch and it don't work, look for a wall switch. That's probably going to be the most, which ones you leave on, which ones you don't. These are just storage. Down here. And your drawers you pull directly out at you. The most common problem I have with these latches is this little ear will sometimes snap back down when you pull the drawer out, so when you go to close the drawer, it doesn't close. Just take a pen, pop that ear back out, and close it.
Do all these drawers pull straight out, but the ones in the kitchen go
Nope.
up?
They all pull straight up.
Oh, all drawers pull
All the
straight.
drawers pull
Oh,
straight.
I see. Okay.
Day and night shades in the bedroom. All your windows open. That window opens the same way. You pull the lever and slide, but it's also an emergency window. Lift the two red levers up and hit the window, and the whole window will swing out so you can get out. But most of these windows will open far enough.
Most people of normal size could get out.
Yes.
You're not going through there.
Oh, you'll be surprised what you can fit through. The bed does lift up, and you do get some storage underneath the bed.
So you can put stuff in there.
Right.
Okay.
That top board there comes off with the two screws, and that's where your motor is for your bedroom slide. Same thing, has a lever in the back and the nut on the opposite side to ratchet the motor.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Bedroom has 110 on either side. The switch on that side is for the radio. You can listen to the radio when you go to bed and turn it off, and then turn the radio back on. The little switch there.
What radio?
Dash radio.
Oh, the
Oh.
dash radio
Dash
you
radio.
can turn on here too.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Your carbon monoxide detector is here.
Oh, hey.
And those two lights will have switches on them, little buttons to turn on, and the two overhead lights is the switch in the center.
Okay.
This one is the switch on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
This controls the same as the one in the front.
The heating and air.
Right. Furnace, higher temperatures, cool, auto, lower temperatures, off, on for fan, high and low speed setting for that. That's the rear. Both air conditioners are the same. They both have this direct vent. If it's open the way you see it, all the air comes directly out. It really doesn't divert front to back. Close it, and then it starts channeling it through the roof. As long as that is closed, you can pump cold air front from the back and from the front to the back. So you don't
Okay. Generator's got to be running off of there.
or 110.
Or, yeah, well, if you're driving down the road, you got a generator on.
Right.
Right.
Generator on or plugged in. TV is just standard 110 television, so you have to be plugged in for it. And then you have your closet. And here is your hot water tank.
Mm.
Now,
Well, styrofoamed.
How many gallons do you get?
that's
10?
a 10-gallon hot water tank on there.
Standard 10.
Yeah.
Right. And with a washer dryer hookup, you get 10.
Is that what you're looking for?
That's what I was looking for.
Even with a washer dryer, in other words, it's still only 10, huh?
With the washer dryer, you get 10. If you don't have a washer dryer, you get 6.
Ooh,
Oh, so this is 10 or 6?
this is 10.
This
Oh,
was
this is
a-
10 because
this
it's,
is 10.
it's plumb.
Right, because it's plumbed for washer and dryer.
I
Okay,
see.
so you get a 10-gallon hot water tank.
Yay.
If it wasn't plumbed, you'd only get a 6-gallon hot water tank.
Ah.
Now, on the back of here, there's a lever, a little blue lever right there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's your hot water bypass. Okay, that's to drain it, and then you'd bypass it to pump antifreeze through your unit. So it'll take you about 2 gallons of antifreeze to do your unit, instead of having to fill this up with 10 to continue on down the hot line. That's your bypass here. It's a little easier if you take the back of the door off. Comes off a couple screws. Okay, so that's the little blue lever there.
Does the instructions explain how to winterize and all that stuff?
I don't know. I don't get the instructions. They keep them upstairs.
Okay.
On these units, actually,
mean-
it's pretty easy because they give you everything you need pretty much. You're just going to drain the system, drain the hot water tank, drain your lines. Once you drain the hot water tank, you just bypass it. That's all you have to do with the hot water tank.
Yeah, because you don't need that filled with water,
Right.
with antifreeze.
Right, because once you drain it. So you bypass it here. You go to your water pump that's on the outside. It's just underneath. There's a line that you'll disconnect off of that. All you have to do is make up your own line. It's a 1/2-inch fitting with some clear holes. You hook that on, run that to a jug of antifreeze, then turn your pump on.
Oh,
And then you just pump it through your system.
and it sucks it through.
Now you would do that if you were storing it for the winter.
For the winter, right.
Not for. We're going to let it sit
We're gonna be in
sometimes in the
Florida.
summer.
Then you really don't have to.
We don't have to. You don't have to antifreeze it in the summer.
Right,
No.
but we would drain the water out of the hot water
If-
heater like you.
If you wanted to flush it out, yes.
Like we're going to be not leaving probably till January, so we're going to have to keep the coach heated.
If you want water in it, yes. You want to keep it heated.
If we don't antifreeze it,
Right.
Right.
we have to keep coach heated and the little backseat heater going.
Correct. Is this going to be stored outside or inside?
Well, we're leaving. It's going to be outside.
Outside,
Till we leave.
unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
You want to. I
Unfortunately.
mean, you could have it. I mean, if it's just going to sit though, what I would do is actually just drain the system, and then leave the furnace on. You know, if there's no
Right.
water in it, you,
Right.
you run less chance of
Right. Bring
having,
Right.
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 Right. So don't just start with water. Just
Right.
drain it.
You're right. Yeah. That's what I have.
Drain
Drain
it
it and
anyway.
then leave the heat.
Yeah.
on.
Then leave the heat on.
Right.
There's a little black switch right back down on the side here. Get the finger out of the way. That's your emergency cutoff for your hot water tank. And it's your 110 cutoff. It's right there on the side, that silver black switch.
Oh. Got it.
Okay. That little kill switch, you turn that off, and if anybody plays with the 110 heater switch on the wall, it won't do anything. With no water in the system, if you turn that on, it'll burn out the heating element if it's left on.
Okay. Which is off and which is on?
It was on.
Okay, it was on.
Yeah, it's on now.
Okay.
It's
Off.
off.
We'll leave that off. Matter of fact, little arrow here, on off.
That's what most people do, is just put a little arrow on the outside, on and off. So you have it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just your 110 kill switch. So if you flip the 110 switch on later, after you fill it and it doesn't work, remember the little black switch on the back of the tank.
All right.
Okay, great.
Everything is a little easier if you can take the camera.
Yeah, that's easy enough to get to though.
Little storage up in here. The door I'm standing on here and the one here is to get at the motor.
Oh, I didn't see the cubby hole up there.
I didn't either. That's pretty good size.
Yes, it is. It goes back in there.
Oh, all the way.
Ha! Okay.
This door here comes off and your transmission dipstick is below here. That's where you'll check the transmission dipstick.
Oh, okay.
Okay, it's through this door. The other ones are just.
Oh,
to get at
that's
the
what
top of the
that-
motor. This is access to the top
So what do
of
you
the
do?
motor.
Lift the bed up and then you lift that
No,
up?
there's this thing. There's 4 latches to it. It'll pop right off, and a little panel comes right out. And
Mm,
then you get at the transmission from there.
I see.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh, okay.
This is the 110 breakers. Mark what they do. 12-volt fuses. Mark what they do.
Oh, okay.
Now these are strictly coach fuses.
Right. These are all his spares?
Mhm.
For if you need to put something else in?
Right. Right, if you want to wire something into it.
But there's no wires around up here, so that'd be pretty difficult probably.
Unless you wanted to run wires, you can. We've done it.
I bet.
It's not a fun day, but we do it.
Yeah.
And just hanging closet and then storage from there.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure the doors are latched before you travel.
Mm-hmm.
All storage across the top, and then again the little buttons are right here for that. Lift for water,
Lift for
Or lift for
water.
water, down for flush.
down for flush.
So if you lift it, water will fill in the toilet bowl, and then down for flush. Now this works when you're lifting or what?
What's that?
Normally when
Yeah.
you're pushing down.
When you're pushing down, then you can, if there's something,
Right.
tip
For
paper or
rinsing
something.
out.
Right.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
And you get heat and air in here. And then you have another fan there, and then storage.
Mm-hmm.
This has the GFI in it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, this will operate kitchen sink, bathroom sink, outside plug. Okay, so if you plug something into 110 and it doesn't work, check here
GFI.
first, and then check your breakers. This has a Venetian blind,
Mm-hmm.
not a day-night shade.
Mm-hmm. Oops.
Dinette seats and the dinette table will fold down for a bed. Then you put your cushions together for that, and that cushion's on backwards.
All right, they're replacing these.
Oh,
Cushions
okay.
on backwards.
Yeah, the round
Yeah.
parts over there.
Oh, I see.
It's on
Yes.
backwards?
Yeah, they're gonna give us 4 chairs.
Oh,
The,
okay.
Right.
That's right. I seen that.
Martha Stewart chairs.
Yeah. You're getting the 4. Okay.
Right.
And you do have 110 and phone jack underneath the table.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Plugging into, and then you have your. And this is just a
Jackknife.
jackknife
Right.
sofa that pulls out and locks in.
right. And the little arms come up.
Right. You come out and you got underneath cabinet. Two outside do the cabinets, one in the center does the table.
Mm-hmm.
Now your front area over here is pre-wired for a satellite dish. And this area here is your VCR with your switchover box with your antenna booster. This has to be on in order to pick up reception off your antenna.
Booster.
Right. If it's not on, you won't pick anything up. This box here is the one that will determine what you want to watch on which TV. TV 1's your front TV. TV 2 is your outside hookup and the one in the bedroom. If you're hooked up with an antenna, you just click ANT. You watch an antenna on both. If you're hooked up to cable, you go auxiliary, and then you're watching cable on either TV. You put a tape in, and you hit VCR button for TV 2, you're watching the VCR on TV 2. You can watch whatever you want up here. Or you can hit the VCR button on TV 1 and watch it in both. Okay, so this is kind of just picking what signal goes where. The 2 buttons for the VCR, it's a record off. If you want to record off the antenna, record off the cable. It's a regular household VCR. That's all these are for.
Right. Okay.
Other than that, the TV's 110, and will turn off when you turn the key on. So you can't watch it as you go down the road.
Oh, well, safety mechanism there.
Now, if you put a satellite in, you can have it pumped through here, but you're stuck on whatever channel the satellite's on. So you have to turn the satellite in order to turn the channels on the TV.
Okay, so if I got the satellite hooked up,
Yeah, but no, you can watch satellite on either TV
right?
or antenna on either
Right.
either TV as long as it gets pumped through the little box.
And we're gonna have maybe we got 2 receivers, so you can have 2 receivers, so you can watch wherever you want anywhere.
Okay, if you have 2 receivers, then you have to have 2 different wires, and you have to have the back TV wired for strictly satellite. We did that once. You have to have it separate wired for 2 receivers.
Oh, really? Huh.
Yeah.
Or with 2 receivers, we're not gonna really go do the pay attention to that. That doesn't really
Yeah.
matter to us anyway.
Yeah.
We could have a VCR going off one of the receivers
Right.
and then watch the other.
Mhm.
Right.
Any questions so far then on car radio? On that, you hit the little button. Little face will drop down with the CD player that's inside there.
Okay, it goes right in there.
Yeah, right in there.
Just 1 CD
One
Right,
CD.
at a
one
time.
CD.
Okay.
This little button here is the one you're gonna use to turn the radio on with. It's a 3-way switch. That's the one you turn the one in the bedroom on, one out here.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Use this switch. If you turn the radio itself off, I can find the off button on these.
Power off. Whatever that means.
That'd be it. Okay. If you turn it off here, the switch isn't going to do anything for you. Okay. Normally you leave
Leave it on.
the
use
radio
that.
on and use that switch, and you can turn it on and off in the bedroom. Or key ignition has to be on. There's 2 settings for it. Let's see which one it's on now. It's on. Anytime you turn your key on, it'll be on. If you have it out on standby, it only goes on when you go in reverse.
Oh.
Okay, when you come out of reverse, it goes off. So that'll be up to you whether you want it on all the time.
Towing a car.
Or yeah.
Not all the time.
Towing the car on all the time. Anytime else, it's up to you. You have your brightness and contrast there. And then you have your volume control.
Right.
And then you have your day and night.
So I can be
Oh.
back there and you can hear me.
Right.
Over the noise of the engine. We tried that once, remember? Didn't work.
That doesn't work very well. No. No. The monitor can handle up to 2 cameras. You only have 1. So
Right.
that button you just leave there.
This night and this day. Okay.
Then you got your full gauges, RPMs, miles, turbo boost, air, oil, and water temperature. And then you have a slew of that come on. And most of them will go out, except for the ones that need to be started, like your alternator, your transmission, and then the brake won't go out until you push the silver button down there. Other than that, you have all your gauges there.
Okay, how do you know? Okay, glow plugs, got to turn the key on, wait.
Wait to start light.
Oh, okay.
Will come on.
Then that goes out, you're ready to go.
Right. Then you have your headlights, wipers, air dump.
Okay,
That's
got to
low.
dump the air before you put your levelers down?
Yes. You don't have to,
Well, you
but,
should.
but yeah, you're still going to get this wobblingness to it if you don't. And you can't drive until you pump them back up, and it's usually about 90 pounds or more. Okay, if you drive them with the air low, you could tear the bags.
How do you know when the air's full?
It shuts off at about 120 pounds.
Oh, okay,
But
air
there's
gauge.
there's a low air
Somewhere.
indicator to let you know if it's too low.
Okay.
The small stick here is for tilt, and then if you push down for telescoping,
Right.
turn signals, high low beam on that, and then underneath is your 4-way flashers.
Okay.
Over on this side is your left and right shades.
Right.
Pedals in and out.
Mm-hmm.
Move your pedals in and out. Heated mirror. Top portion of the mirror only is heated. Battery boost. Push and hold. Then turn your key. You'll jump your engine battery off your coach battery. It's the only time they're actually linked together.
If your coach batteries, or if your engine battery's low.
Right, if your engine battery is low. Or vice versa. If your coach battery is low and you can't start the generator, you can reverse that too.
Oh.
Okay. But you do have to have voltage in the coach batteries in order to operate the cylinder. Then you have your engine brake on or off.
Right.
Idle up or down, you can raise the RPMs up a couple hundred RPMs or down a couple hundred RPMs, but it won't let you over rev it or under rev it. So if it's cold and you want to kick it up, you can kick it up here. Cruise control on and off, turn it on, push and hold the set. Then you can resume off of there, and then you turn off, also turns off when you hit your brakes.
Right.
Like a standard cruise.
Okay.
Then your leveling jack system is here. Turn it on. It's manual operated.
Three jacks?
It's just 3. I'd have to look. I'd have to look, make sure. I think there's 4.
So which is that?
This operates the front, and this will operate either side. Okay, so you actually level side to side using the rears. These are strictly rears, I should say. This is strictly the front.
Oh, so you only level using the rear side to side.
Correct.
I see. Okay.
Okay.
So what if your front end's... There won't be, it just automatically does it?
Right.
Okay.
little flashing light and the warning buzzer will be on anytime the key's in.
Okay, how do you know when it's level? You got a bubble. Oh, there's a bubble.
There's a bubble.
Okay. Supposedly that's correct.
Yeah. Oh, sure, it's mounted.
Right.
Yes, that's fine.
Sure, it's correct.
Yeah.
I guess yeah.
Level it to your comfort.
Right.
Okay. If you level this to your comfort, everything in here is going to work. Okay. You used to have to level the refrigerator. Nowadays, refrigerators are not that sensitive.
Oh, okay.
So if you level it to your comfort, everything in here is going to work just fine. Okay. If you level by the bubble, it'll be correct.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, you can pretty well feel when it is.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And then one button to retract them all.
Oh.
Okay. Now you can retract each individual by going backwards.
Uh-huh.
So if you get it level and you're like, well, geez, I still need to come up on the front, but I don't have any more travel, you can lower the backs down. You know, so you can raise or lower each individual, front or rears, and then it has an all button to retract them all.
How do you know when they're all retracted?
The red light will stop blinking and then the buzzer will go away. Just
Oh.
like that.
Okay, so to put down levelers down, you put the fronts down first.
You can do either one.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. I usually put the fronts down first. Just
So
turn it
They
on.
both go down at the same time.
Right.
And you use your rear one at a time.
Right.
In other words, there's 4 levelers?
I believe so. Let me double check on that.
Now, some motorhomes have 3, some 3.
So there's
other-
3.
It's the other one that has 4. Yeah, this one's got 3. So you have 1 center and 2 the rear. 2 in the rear. Mirror controls here for left or right, then you go side to side or up or down, and the center locks them in. Top portion of the mirror only is powered. Bottom portion, you got to get out there and push with your fingers. The whole head and arm can be moved,
Right.
and then each mirror can be individually adjusted.
So the bottom you can move manually.
Yes.
Okay.
You can twist the whole head or move the arms in or out, and then you can adjust the mirrors.
Right.
Automatic transmission. Pretty much that's it. You start it up, put your foot on the brake, hit the D button, push on the silver button,
Right.
and away you go. It'll automatically upshift and downshift. If you want to do it manually, you'll have to push it into the mode button in order for it to do it manually. Then you can downshift or upshift from there.
I see.
Read over the manual on this stuff. Okay. I don't mess with it too much. I pretty much hit D and go.
If you're in the mountains, though, probably out west, you might want to.
Right. That's what one customer was telling me is when you're going uphill, because it's an automatic transmission, always wants to upshift. He says he just switches it over and downshifts it to like 4th or 5th, and he says, and it just climbs right up and over. He doesn't have any problems with it.
Right.
So read over the book on that, though.
Okay.
And then there's just a couple.
Where's your one at? Oh, right there. Okay. Now,
I was looking for a switch, but I didn't see.
once you're running, you're up to temperature, you've been driving, and you come to stop. Do you let it idle for a short time before you shut her off?
Yeah, if you're traveling down the highway at 60, 70 miles an hour and you just pull right off, I would. Just like any
3-4
vehicle.
minutes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Let it
you
cool
don't-
down.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, just like any vehicle, you pull it off, it'll overheat pretty quick.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I don't think you're going to have that much trouble with these,
No.
but
But like I say, you should let it idle for a few minutes.
right,
Cool it down.
Equalize everything on there. I think that's all the buttons.
It's all the buttons and whistles.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, what's the antenna up on top for? Little whip antenna.
It's either for the radio or the CB.
Well,
Should
no
have.
s-
Should have. Isn't it CB print?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
I'll have to check
I
out.
hope it is.
If it's a small black antenna,
Small black antenna.
okay, it's probably for the radio.
Oh.
Okay, if there's a center antenna,
No.
it's usually for the CB.
No, no center antenna.
You only have one small black antenna?
Yeah, small black.
Okay, that's probably for the radio then.
Okay. So if I want to put a CB in it, I gotta figure out how to wire it.
Well, they make a nice little pass through the window. This is what we use. It goes in the top little corner here. You run the wire over underneath that column, straight down and over, and you're done in about a half hour.
Pass through the window.
Pass through the window. One part sticks on the outside of the window, one part sticks on the inside of the window. There's
Oh,
no hole.
the old, like your, your phone
Mhm.
antennas.
Same thing. They work really well. We haven't had any complaints about the reception of them, and there's no holes to have to drill in your coach.
Right.
I love that more than anything else.
Yes, definitely.
I hate drilling holes in a customer's coach.
Well, somebody's got to drill 4. Oh,
There's your remotes.
remotes.
Oh,
There's your remotes on that.
Somebody's got to drill 4 holes in the roof, so they got to mount that boat up there.
Yeah. And we kind of, and they're going. The guy goes, "Well, where do you want it?" "Oh no, you'll wait till the customer gets here."
Okay, that's it.
That's it.
and there's nothing to lock or anything.
There's one little.
There's one little
they'll
latch.
come
isn't
over
there?
here, and then you get one for that side too. Oh, I forgot I waxed that floor. Yeah.
What is-
Yeah. So they kind of just wipe it down. Watch out for the water. Good. There you go. That's simple. Nice and easy.
Don't let go.
There you go. It'll roll up and make lots of noise. Pretty much is all it does. Now on your main awning, what you do to one arm, you're going to do to the other. Okay? You're going to lift and release your travel lock and loosen the knob on the bottom. And loosen the knob, just a couple turns. Now this little button here operates the slide at the top. You know, lift it up, that releases the top.
Okay.
Okay? It's pretty much like a ratchet. With it up, it'll roll out, but it won't allow it to come back in. Now
Oh,
you-
that's the on. Okay, right.
or each way.
Same match I got on mine when I reach my hand.
Right. Now,